I know, my base here on the Funcraft server is a giant mess. I've seen the comments, but I have, in between episodes, I have actually done some cleanup. I mean, if you look like this down this, it almost looks good, doesn't it? It almost looks clean. And down this way, yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm not fooling anyone, but I have actually, in between episodes, done quite a bit of like just fixing up textures. So this is now gray concrete in the elevator, which makes it look a lot better. And then in this room, I've installed a catwalk. Yeah, it's actually a catwalk. This looks so cool, these things. And I've added a bunch more crafters. Yeah, added a bunch more crafters, so we now have space to auto-craft all of the things that we want to do. For example, TerraSteel. I don't know if I've shown this on YouTube here in a YouTube video, but this room here is dedicated to generating a lot of mana using Grian's favorite, TNT. And it takes the TNT blast and absorbs it into mana, and then with that we can create a bunch of things, but most importantly, TerraSteel. So I can actually go ahead and order 5 of these, let's say, and it's gonna take some iron and emerald, ender pearls, iron and diamonds. It's gonna dip them in mana, and then they're gonna send them in this tube here, which hopefully we'll see. There we go. Okay, it was just slow. Yeah, so then it sends the stuff in here, and then it crafts the TerraSteel in the middle. Looks to be a little bit half broken at the moment, though. Yeah, that failed. That's embarrassing. That's really embarrassing. I think the problem is that the servo that pulls the items out is too slow. So yes, if I replace that servo with this Enderium servo, everything should be good. Also, don't worry about the explosions, because they do get absorbed into mana, luckily. So once again, let's try this. 5 TerraSteel, go. Oh, and then I stood in the way. Yeah, okay, so now it's crafted up. You heard that sound. It's crafted up 1, and then it's gonna craft up another one. Sweet! And this, for anyone who's played with Botania in the past, is actually a quite advanced little thing, because you have to make sure to only ever have 1 of each on that blue plate there. Otherwise, it doesn't actually craft it, and it just wastes all the mana. So I got a bunch of redstone down here that makes sure this happens and pulses the precision droppers and a sequencer that's only on whenever I'm crafting things through a level emitter. Yeah, I'm confusing myself, but it works. It works. Anyway, the plan today is to clean up this area a little bit more. And to do so, I've come up with the idea that I need to move all of my generator farms, such as my sugarcane farm, our concrete maker that we did, this room specifically, my cobble works room. This room makes cobblestone, it turns it into gravel, it turns it into sand, it turns it into flint, it turns it into stone, it turns it into glass, and then it makes gunpowder, it makes blaze powder, it makes all of the things, and also, yeah, it makes lava as well. And then it makes sure to keep everything in stock. The only problem is, if I want a clean lab down here, I don't think it fits. I really don't think that this fits in the base. And also, this is my obsidian maker, which works the same way. Whenever I need more obsidian, it will place down water or lava rather here, and then it will break it and harvest obsidian for me. And everything is controlled through level emitters. Level emitters are these things here from Applied Energistics. They are so good. You can tell them to output a redstone signal or not output a redstone signal based on, yeah, a requirement. But anyway, I basically want to rebuild all of these auto crafting rooms and place them in our perimeter. Because those of you who watched the last episode, the perimeter is done. The perimeter is finished, and I've actually put up a teleporter there. So shift right click with this thing, I can choose perimeter, and then right click takes me over here. And look at this thing. I mean, it is just so mega. It is so mega. Now I do want to design the walls for this thing. If anyone have any suggestions of what wall pattern we should do that is sort of repetitive in a way, then please do let me know. This here is one of the witch huts that I marked out, and there's another one over there that I forgot to mark out. So I have to go back in the seed and I have to look at exactly where that witch hut was in order to make the witch farms, which I really want to do as well. I really want to get a lot of glowstone and redstone automated. But I'm not going to lie, digging out this area yielded me like 36,000 redstone. So it's not a panic. It's not a panic at this moment in time. But what I do want to do here, inspired fully by my good friend Mambo, is to put all of our production farms down in this perimeter. I think it could look really cool at the end of the day. I just got an idea. Before we get to moving the actual farms over there, I think I want to try and design the floor of it with a fog effect. And for those of you who haven't watched me for very long, you may be confused as to what a fog effect is. But a fog effect can be achieved by placing down glass in different layers, just like this, with an air block in between. And if you do this, I think it's 5 times, it starts to look really, really, really cool. Unfortunately, I ran out of glass and I can't finish this, but you can see this center block is 5 glass blocks. And imagine if you have this as the floor of the entire perimeter. Now, let's not forget that we're playing modded Minecraft with a lot more options for glass. There is one in specific that is called Glax from X-Tones, and this is like a super see-through super see-through glass. I don't know if this will work to create a fog effect, but I'm gonna try it. That's 5 layers of glass. I mean yeah, it definitely makes it foggier, but it's gonna take a lot of layers in order to blur the lower stone there fully, which is what I want. May not work to use glass. I do want to try it with the lime though. Oh, hold on. The lime one doesn't look bad, actually. The lime one definitely gets an effect. I went 3 more layers up, and that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. Now I'm addicted to see how far we can go. Of course, this would mean that the perimeter gets a lot smaller, but yeah, so that's 8 blocks up. That's looking pretty cool, I gotta say. I think I'm gonna do it. As crazy as it may sound, I think I want to try and use this glass. Now, this is going to be an insanely large project and definitely not something I can finish right off the bat. But I want to see how close I can get. So to make glass, you make the first one and then you can chisel it into... No, sorry, you make the first one. So let's just make one of these and then you shift and scroll to get the right one. So you don't actually need the die, but there's a manual process in shifting them over, and I don't think that can be automated. But even if it can't, we are going to need a lot of these things, so I'm definitely going to teach my system how to make, first of all, X-tone tiles, which are made using stone slabs and regular stone. So let's teach that recipe. Then we also need to teach it how to make stone slabs, and we do have stone auto-stocked, so that should be fine. We need 4,000 of these blocks per layer. And for it to look really cool, we need 8 layers. So that's 32,000 of these blocks. So instead of sitting here and crafting manually batches of like 250 glass at a time, I'm going to automate it by putting an interface here with a craft card in and then exporting glass. Now that is going to craft it for me, as you can see. And then we're going to be sending that over to an ender chest. And I'm going to make it a white lime white. Put a diamond on it so that it's protected. And then translocated there. And then I need some glowstone. Speeds it up, so glowstone there and glowstone there. And then if I do that, this should constantly try and fill this ender chest with glass. Now this is using a processor all the time. You can see it does this thing. It's so fun to watch this thing work. I think if we look over here, we can see, yeah, you see the stone slabs being created, and that is really cool. So with that all set up, let's head back out to the perimeter where it's apparently nighttime, but let's sleep that away. And what we can do then is we can put a chest, or the other ender chest here, color it the same, put the diamond on it, and we now have access to the glass. Now the big problem here is the fact that I need to take these out and I need to scroll 4 times to glass 4, which is the lime one, because I wanna auto build this. I want to use our builder to build this thing, so I need to provide this with all of the glass. Now if we would just use the white one, I could fully automate this, but I'm gonna have to stand here and yeah, do the craft. I also realized that I forgot to bring a chest, so I guess we could use this shulker box maybe. So if I put you on top, it's been so long since I did this. And then I'm just going to turn all of these into the right one. So I've filled this thing up with glax, and this has restocked with new glax. Glax, what a weird thing to say. And now what we're going to do is we're going to grab a shape card this time, and we're going to say shift right click on new, and then I'm going to select the very first layer that I want glass to be in. Yeah, I definitely want to go one above the highest bedrock. So from this corner all the way over to the opposing? I can't even speak. Opposing corner, right? Yeah, so that is now set, and I think I have to remove this. And there's more fluids in here. I spent so long or so many hours cleaning up all the different fluids in this place, but hopefully this is just the last thing that I missed. Okay, so I got both corners set, and you go in there. You have material. Do I just do this? Oh, yes, it's building. It's doing the thing. Look at that. Oh, that is so cool. And that's all the glass. That's all the glass. And that went really, really quick. That went really, really, really quick. Well, I guess this is my life right now. Just standing here, shifting glax over to the right glax, putting it in there. And it disappears so quickly. It disappears so very quickly. But, I mean, it's making progress. Don't get me wrong. It's making progress. It's just going to take several hours of scroll wheeling. So I decided to do some research on the processing of glax because, quite frankly, this process is just going to take me absolutely ages, because this is only the first layer, rather. And so I discovered something really amazing. In the configuration file for Xtones, you can change the behavior of a chisel. So check this out. I can now chisel these into their correct block, and if I shift click, I can do it with all of the blocks in my inventory. So if I do that, take this, and then say glax number 4, chisel all, boom. That is a lot faster. Oh my goodness. And in addition to that, there's also the auto chisel, which I've never used this block. Let's make the auto chisel, and okay, so that needs a chisel in there, and then let's just see if we can glax. We can craft up some glax to try this out. And that's the stuff we get. So if I put you in there, it needs power as well. Okay, that's fair. Oh, maybe I need to specify what I wanted to chisel into. So number 4 there. Is that how it works? It's doing something. Doesn't seem to take power. It worked, right? Does it go quicker if I use power in it, I wonder? So now it has power. And let's try that again. Yep, goes a little bit faster with power. Okay, so then the only thing is the chisel is probably going to die, I would assume. So let's try and set this up so that our system crafts the glax and then send it into this thing, which turns it into the right glax and then sends it into the ender chest. So we're going to remove this ender chest, and we're going to put the chisel down right there, and then grab some power for it. Nice. And I could automate and refill the eye chisels as well. We'll see how quickly they are used up. And then you can go back there with you. And hopefully this accepts the item. No, so that goes in that slot. That's not what we want. We want it to go there. Maybe directional. Maybe I have to feed it from the top. Oh, yeah, that does it. Okay. Whew, I got a little bit scared there. Now, as many other things, this is a very temporary thing, but I'm gonna put it up in a better fashion. And I've actually had some time to clean up this room as well. So this is looking a lot better now. And I think I have channels available for me to use on that front thing. So that is this thing. I'm using 7 channels. So I should be fine to put one more channel in use here. Thinking we'll do something like this. We'll have the interface there. We'll put the crafting card back in it, and we'll put this there to produce glax. And yeah, we have channels. I wonder if it's going to be faster if I specify more of these. That doesn't work. I'm draining too much power in my applied logistics system. I just killed the whole thing. Let's just go back to 1. That's just fine. It's fine. Let's just go back to 1. All right, so you are going to be sending... Oh, if I had one more channel here, I could automate the chisel creation as well and refill this slot, I guess. But you are going to be doing that with glowstone. And that is filling that thing up. All right, so you go in there with you specified there. And that should... Yeah, that does the thing, but it doesn't have power at the moment, so it's very slow. Now there we go. With power, it's a lot faster. And then I hope we can output from the side. Because what I want to do is output it directly into this ender chest. So with these translocators, you can actually whitelist. I'm going to whitelist Glax so that it only takes Glax out. But I'm worried it's going to try and take that Glax out. So maybe I try that first. Is it doing anything? No. We probably have to output from the bottom. Makes sense. And I absolutely love item translocators. They are so cool. There we go. Okay, so that is now sending stuff over. And we need to upgrade you as well with glowstone, so you send it a lot faster. Look at that speed. Oh, and then you hear this thing chiseling away. Oh, it's gonna drain the durability so quickly. Oh, I may have to see if I can find a channel extra here. I mean, technically I could borrow this channel because my ender chest still sends items the other way, right? Yeah, it still sends items into the system. So that gives me one more channel here, which allows me then to make an export bus. I put an export bus there with a chisel. I need to first teach it how to make chisels. Yep, that crafts. Okay, so let's just use this. I don't know the durability differences, but if I put that there and take this out, will that refill it? Yes, it will. Okay, nice. So now this is actually fully automated. Fully automated. Now... let's go back to the perimeter. This is super exciting. So what I'm going to do is remove the shulker box and just put the ender chest right there. Because why not, right? So you go there and you should work. Yep. And this is going to refill itself. Now, the builder is a lot quicker than we are producing them. But you can see we are producing them. So I just automated that process. And now, well, now we just wait. Honestly, that's all that I need to do now. I just need to wait. This will, slowly but surely, build up. Oh, that is just so cool. Oh my goodness, just look how cool this looks on the minimap. I mean, is that just me? That looks so cool now. It's like coloring it, essentially. I said we needed 4,000 Glax to cover the first layer. I must be completely wrong, because 4,000 Glax takes about 2,000 stone to craft, right? About 2,000 stone to craft. And we had 12,000 stone. But we are completely out of stone. Like the bottleneck right now is our smooth stone generator. So this machine over here is doing what it can to smelt down cobblestone. But it's not doing it fast enough. Now I did install Enderium servos here to make this a little bit faster. But yeah, as you can hear, like the cobblestone is being produced and smelted down. I wonder if we are losing out on cobblestone. Yeah, we're going backwards on cobblestone as well. One thing that we can do is upgrade it to an elite factory machine. So this is an advanced, but if I have crafted up the elite tier installer and I do that, now it gets, is it one extra slot? That's going to make it a little bit faster. It's also draining more power, but we should be okay with power. It's been approximately 3 hours and check this out. We have got not one, but 2 layers of Glax sitting in the perimeter, and I am so happy. I'm so happy that I chose to go with this, because already, I mean, this is looking absolutely mad. It's looking absolutely mental. Now there are a few things that I do want to do once all the fog or all the Glax layers are installed. I do want to put some lighting underneath. I do want to remove some of these minecarts, but I can always just break in, and I got a little bit of a plan for what I want to, or how I want to do that. But this is really, really cool. Anyway, the bottleneck for this thing is 100%. 100% the stone at this point in time. The stone, and after that, maybe the crafting speed, like my processors auto-crafting the Glax. But essentially, I mean, we are doing it. It's just gonna take hours and hours, because we wanted... Oh my goodness, I just realized I think we wanted 8 layers. Yep, 8 layers. 8 layers is what we want. So layer 3, go. Yes, it's going. Oh, it's just a joy to watch. And I mean, this is, yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of the fog effect, but take a look at the map. Take a look at that Iskall Ocean. Why? Oh, that's because that's the witch farm thing. That Iskall Ocean is just looking absolutely mad. And of course, because this is glass, I guess I didn't check that. This is not vanilla glass, but I'm assuming that mobs cannot spawn on top of this stuff. Now I realized that I said that the plan for today's episode was to clean up these things, specifically this room, and to move it over to the perimeter. But I mean, Glax. Am I right? Glax, it just has to be done. Just have to be done. And personally, I cannot wait to see this thing completed, because already with 3 layers, it is starting to look absolutely mad. It's starting to look absolutely mad. This is probably the biggest project I've undertaken. Now, of course, I do need to do the walls, and I realize that I also need to probably dig out the walls, because I've done this, or dig out the glax in the very end here, because otherwise I can't get down there. I should have maybe done the corners 1 in. That would have been smarter, but yeah, I'm not very smart. 4,000 blocks for this entire area. Let me do the correct math. If every chunk contains 16 times 16 blocks, which is 256, and this area is 257 chunks big, that means that we need 65,792 glax per layer. We want 8 layers, so that's 526,336 glax blocks. That's over 500,000. Over 500,000 glax blocks. Totally worth it though, right? Just out of curiosity, how much materials, how much stone is that in total? Can I even see that? Does this even go that high? 526,336. It would need 246,000 stone, 57,000 sand to craft the 65,000 glass. This is what we need. This is the amount of resources that goes into just the floor. And this is why I love modern Minecraft. I love the fact that you can do mega projects, and they are technically viable because there are automatic diggers and stuff like that. Now, of course, you can do that fog effect that size in vanilla as well, but it's probably going to take you months and months and months, which is also, yeah, there's a charm to that as well. Anyway. Even though we didn't get anything moved over there, I'm super excited about the perimeter, super excited to see this thing just continue to dig, but that is going to do it for today. If you don't want to miss any Funcraft content, make sure to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/iskall85. Click the little heart, the little follow button. That also gets you invested in the series so that you can do, you can like participate with traders and with subs and that sort of stuff. But anyway, that's gonna do it for today, so I really do hope that you've enjoyed this very weird project and very weird video. I'm certainly loving it. If you did, hit the like button, and if you're brand new, consider subscribing, and I will see you dudes in the next episode.